Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark. I'm Promeet and we are in Jaipur and we are testing this. Now this is Hyundai's all new Exter and this is their micro SUV. So let's quickly find out that what all do you get with this car. And before starting the video, let me tell you something about this car, that this car is priced at rupees 5.99 lakh ex showroom. That is the starting price, and this comes in 9 color options, out of which this is one of the new colors. This is called the khaki green and this is the dual tone version. So there are 3 dual tone and 6 monotone options. So let's quickly start this video. So now let's talk about the front end of this car, and the very first thing that will attract you are these H-shaped DRLs. Now they look really awesome and they are an LED setup. Obviously you get an indicator that is inside this and that is present in the halogen bulb. Also you can see over here that this is the lighting unit. Now the lighting unit consists of a bifunctional projector. That's basically a halogen unit. You can replace it with LEDs, obviously that will look really cool with this LED DRL. But overall you get a blacked out finish, you get some piano black finish inside the cluster, and you also get this chrome finishing inside the housing. And if you look over here, this is the grille of the car. Now it has moved slightly down. You get the Exter badging over there, you get the Hyundai badging over there, and you also get a silver scuff plate. Now if you see over here, the hood lines and creases actually make the car slightly muscular, and this also features body cladding. So let's now move on to the side profile. And coming to the side, the first thing that will again attract you are these 15-inch dual tone alloy wheels. The design looks kind of okay. It is fine. They could have done a better design on this, but anyway, it is going overall well with the car's size also. And on this side, if it's not present on that side, but there is a smart auto badging. If you buy the automatic version, you will get this badge in that. And again, you can see that the pillars are all blacked out. Now this, as I mentioned, is the two-tone, so you get a black roof, and obviously you have this amazing color. You have blacked out ORVM with integrated indicators. There is no chrome present on the side, and as you can see, the body cladding is pretty thick and it makes the car look bulkier from the side profile as well. Continuing, you have some body lines and creases that run from the headlight to the tail light, and they split in between. You have some functional roof rails, and you also get a sunroof, and at the back you get a shark fin antenna. So now let's quickly move on to the rear section and let me talk about that. So now this is the rear section, and again you will be greeted with this H-shaped element inside the tail light. It's a mix of LED and halogen. You can see you get this spoiler that actually looks kind of aftermarket because these overhangs over here. This spoiler actually does look really good and makes the car really sporty from the side profile as well as from the rear end. You get an LED stop light over here, you get defoggers, a wiper with a washer, again Hyundai badging. You get a camera with active guidelines that help you park in tight spaces with a lot of ease. You get the Exter badging, and this is the top end variant. So this is the SX variant and this is the automatic. So yeah, the auto badge you'll get on the fender, and the variant badge you will get over here. Again, silver finishing on the scuff plates, and there is very neatly they have integrated these screws. They are not actually screws, but they are designed on the plastic, and these are the reflectors. You also get parking sensors. And let's talk about the boot. So to open the boot, just have to press this request sensor, and there you have it. It's a 391 liter boot space. There is a parcel tray, but you do not get a 60-40 split or a 50-50 split. So if you need more space, you will have to fold down the second row, and you also get 2 adjustable headrests. And that means the third person can sit, but he will not have the pleasure of a headrest. So now boot closes easily, not that light but not that heavy as well. So now let's move on to the inside, and I'll tell you what do you get on the inside of the all new Exter. So now I'm at the rear section of the Exter, and as you can see, this seat is adjusted according to my height. For reference, I'm 6'1", and you can see that my leg is not touching, but there is some under thigh support that is lacking. Overall, the seat is a little comfortable on the rear end. You have an adjustable headrest, as I mentioned, so you can adjust it according to your need, but there are only 2 adjustable headrests. As I mentioned, the third person who's sitting over here will not get a headrest. Basically, this rear section is okay for 3 people, but 2 people will go comfortably. Plus, you also get a rear AC vent over here. You get a 12-volt charging socket. But there's a very strange thing, only this seat has the magazine holder. This seat does not have a magazine holder over here, as you can see. And if you see the door handles over there, so the door handles are finished in this matte grey color, and you have a bottle holder, obviously power window, And the best thing is that from behind, if you open the sunroof, so this is how the view will be. I know it's a small sunroof, but at this price range you are getting a sunroof in this car. So let's go to the front end and I'll tell you more about that. So now we're sitting at the front end, and first things first, let me show you the key of this car. So this is how the key of the car looks like. Pretty premium. It's got this kind of a leather coating around it, but brushed aluminum finish. Looks really nice. Overall, you can see that it's a complete blacked out interior. And if you see over here on the AC vents, you get these textures. Now there are three kind of textures, so this matches the outside color of your car. If the car is the blue color, you'll get blue accents on the AC vents. Other than that, you can see everything is blacked out. Everything is finished in hard plastic. There is some design elements over here. On the dashboard, you have some space. This is a glove box, and if you come over here, you can see you get an 8-inch infotainment system that is obviously touch. So the touch is really sensitive on this, so you have a lot of information that will be available to this car. You can also connect your phone to the BlueLink app and get a ton of information and do a lot of things with your phone. So you also get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay with this. Just below that you have your AC vents, and below that you have your automatic climate control. Over here you can see you have a Type-C socket. This is your 12-volt charging socket, and you have a Type A. Now this thing is for your wireless charger. Now this also gets a wireless charger. Let me quickly show you that when you're on the move, you can just put your phone over here, and as you can see, it charges. But if the car is off, I think the charging will stop after some time. And this is your gear lever. You have some cup holders over here, a little space over here. I think this is to keep your phone. Maybe your phone does not slip. This is a perfect place. You can obviously have a small cup holder, manual handbrake, and this is the steering wheel. Now you do not get a flat bottom steering wheel. You get a round steering wheel with leather stitching on top. And yeah, this is the sunroof. So this is how it looks. I mean, as you can see, it is kind of a small sunroof, as I was saying, from the rear section. But again, you have a sunroof. Then you have a full digital cluster. Now the MID screen on the cluster is basically, if you see over here, so the MID screen is the one that is around over here. That's a 4.2-inch screen, and over here the readouts are digital. So basically, yeah, I mean, it looks like a full digital cluster. It is a full digital cluster, but it's not like a complete screen. Well, you have steering mounted controls. Now this section is to control the infotainment system. This section is to control the MID screen and your cruise control and all of that. So yeah, this car also gets cruise control. It also gets a start stop button over here. That's on the right hand side, and below that you have your traction control. You have your view. So if you press your view, obviously this is the rear parking camera, as you can see. And as I was mentioning, this has active guidelines. So yeah, this will definitely help you to park in very tight spaces. Again, the steering wheel is adjusted for tilt, but it does not have the telescopic feature. However, the seat over here gets a manual height adjuster, as you can see. So you can adjust it according to your height. But if this thing had a telescopic function as well, then definitely the driver would have found the right driving position on the spot. Again, you have an auto dimming IRVM over here. This may look like an auto dimming IRVM, but you can see over here this is a manual dimming. But you also get some buttons over here. This is for your SOS, this is for your tow, and this button is to connect to your BlueLink. However, the thing that you see over here, this is a dash cam. Now this comes standard with the top end variant, and if you see over here, like, you can take selfies. Let me just quickly zoom in to show you how this actually looks like. So yeah, if you can see over here, there's a camera present here, and there's a camera present on the back side. So what it does is it obviously records when you're driving, and when you're driving with friends and all, if you want to take pictures, this will take pictures, and you can download the pictures through the app on your phone. So guys, these are the features that you get on the all-new Exter. So now let's quickly drive this car, and I'll tell you how it is to drive on the road. So now we're sitting in the driving seat of the all-new Exter, and first things first, let me give you a quick engine brief. So this car is available with it's available with only one engine option, and that's a 1.2-liter Kappa petrol motor. That's a naturally aspirated engine, and it is available in three variants. One is an automatic, one is a manual, and the third one is the 1.2-liter with a biofuel, and it has CNG as well. So a quick engine brief. So the automatic and the manual of the 1.2-liter naturally aspirated engine pumps out around 83 PS of power and 114 Nm of peak torque, and obviously mated to a 5-speed manual or an AMT gearbox. Now, the third engine option, the engine is the same. It's a 1.2 liter, but that can run on the biofuel, that is ethanol, and that can also run on CNG. Well, however, with the CNG tank at the back, you will have less room for your luggage, but you'll have to manage with that. And as we speak about the mileage, so the mileage that Hyundai claims for all the variants is, I think for the automatic and the manual, they claim around a little more than 19 kilometers per liter. But for the CNG, they claim around 27 kilometers per kg. And that is a brilliant figure. Now, talking about the driving dynamics of the car. Now, first of all, this engine. Now, this engine feels slightly peppy. The manual one, we have not driven the manual one, obviously. This gearbox is an empty gearbox. It is a hassle-free gearbox, but the shifts are slightly delayed. There is not much lag in this. So, I mean, you will have to get used to this gearbox, but it is a very convenient gearbox. And along with this, you have paddle shifter. That's a segment first. So what the paddle shifters do is they help you to, when you want to drive it in, for example, you put it on manual mode, and then you have your paddle shifter. So if you downshift, and downshifting with the paddle shifter is really nice. Let me upshift. So red line is close to 6,000 and it shifts immediately. So while the paddle shifters, the shifts are pretty precise, but when you're driving in the automatic mode, then I mean it shifts there's a slight lag that you will feel. But other than that, let me tell you one thing, this motor is really refined. I mean, the NVH levels have been worked on so well that no noise, very little noise from the outside is coming on the inside. Plus, it's a smooth drive. It's got a linear acceleration throughout the rev range. It's not like it has got a very initial or a very quick mid-end or a top end. So top end we cannot test because we are on a highway that has a speed restriction, but triple digit numbers come in very handy. So for example, we are doing 60 and I am in D5, that's on the 5th gear. If I want to downshift, if I want to overtake someone, I just have to press the accelerator, and when I press that from 5th, it straight away comes to 2nd initially, and 6.2 is the red line, and you can hear that. So yeah, there is some amount of noise that comes in from the engine at higher RPM, that is post 4000, is around post 3.8 or 4000 RPM. But yeah, it's a smooth motor. It delivers decent amount of power, and with that obviously you get a good fuel economy. Now let's talk about the suspension of the car. Now the suspension is slightly on the stiffer side as per my liking, but that's a good thing because the stiffer the suspension, the better handling, lesser body roll, and being an SUV-ish body type, not like a full-fledged SUV, but it is tall, so there is very less amount of body roll that you get with this car. And obviously the steering feedback is really nice. The steering wheel actually is not that light. So Hyundai was known to give very light steering wheel, but the steering wheel is not that light. I think the steering wheel is a mix and match of both. It is neither light nor very heavy. It's somewhere in between. Perfect. So other than that, guys, it's a brilliant car. It's a feature-loaded vehicle. I mean, what else would you expect from a vehicle of this size that has got a lot of features? You want a touchscreen infotainment, digital cluster, a sunroof, steering-mounted controls. I mean, you name it and you have it. You have LED DRLs. You have an automatic climate control, a wireless charger. I mean, I can just keep on going on and on about the feature list. So yeah, it's a brilliant car, fantastic to drive around. We have only driven the automatic version. We'll be driving the manual and the CNG one very soon when it comes to us for a full-fledged road test review. Right now, we cannot give you the mileage figures. Right now on the MID, it is showing us 9.8 since we have been speeding up, hitting traffic, going on some off-road locations, a little bit off-road locations to shoot. So according to that, mileage is around 10, which is not bad for the city according to the conditions that we are driving. But other than that, it is a fantastic car. So if you're looking for a car, I mean, in this budget between say around 6 to 10 lakh rupees, you can definitely go check out the all-new Exter. It is feature-loaded, it's fun to drive, and it is really comfortable. So guys, that was our take on the all-new Hyundai Exter, and let me tell you the price once again. So this car carries a starting price of rupees 5.99 lakh ex-showroom. This comes in 9 color options, out of which 6 are monotone, and what you see over here is a dual tone, so it has 3 dual tone options. However, if you want to know anything about this car, please let us know in the comment section and we will get back to you on that. Until then, if you have liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Promeet signing out. See you next time. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, be safe and drive safe. See you next time.